gangs. Some preach nonviolence, but find themselves surrounded by tension. Tonight, Fox goes undercover into the world of posses, clubs, and cliques. They call themselves huerfanitos, little orphans in English. A collection of former gang members and taggers who live on the edge of Culver City and now redefine themselves as a club, not a gang.
That's what a lot of us hate. We're not out to kill nobody. We don't do nothing like that. We're just out to party and have fun. We're gonna baptize.
Even their initiation ritual for new members breaks with regular gang tradition.
We don't beat up nobody. It's not beating up nobody, but it's a kind of different way. For fun like this. Yeah.
Fun, not fear, drives the ceremony.
Huh? Baptize! You gotta check this out. Go. They're not actually beating them up.
A good-natured jostling replaces hard fists against flesh. Afterward, a smile instead of blood marks the face of the newest huerfanito. It is a deliberate move away from the brutal beating ceremony that normally initiates a gang member.
We don't need that. We don't need no gang banging with us, because we're not gang bangers.
Up on 187!
And in sharp contrast to hardcore gang members,
come on, you can do it!
Prior to Election Day, huerfanitos involved themselves in a social issue, Proposition 187.
Not cause any trouble because, you know, then they're going to say, oh, see, these Mexicans and these people that just here causing trouble, look what they're doing. So let's just try to have something peaceful.
A half-dozen huerfanitos began this 187 protest outside Hamilton High School on the west side.
We need you to go back to the sidewalk. We will.
Arguably, the protest is orderly, but students are drawn out of class.
No 187!
And the demonstrators, trailed by school security, grow to nearly 100.
I'm gonna stay with the group.
Then, shadowed by the police, the huerfanitos-led protesters march off. After more than an hour of walking, they arrive here at Culver City High School. And more than 24 students on the athletic field break to join the protest. Some bolt over the fence, all started by a half-dozen huerfanitos.
No 187!
But as the demonstrators march on, the event seems no more threatening than a high school pep rally.
Back on sidewalk.
Until this.
Okay, we got a 415, 415.
Fists fly when an 18th Street gang member who joined the protest march earlier in another neighborhood is now caught in rival gang territory. Local Culver City gangsters involved in the fight run off. Police cuff the 18th Streeter. And then under the watchful eye of the law, huerfanitos finish up their 187 protest in relative peace.
This is our spot at where we have all of our meetings at.
Unlike gang members, huerfanitos say they don't fight over territory. No drive-by shootings.
Let's go.
With no turf to defend, they move with relative freedom through different neighborhoods.
Hey, let's go in.
But they do travel in a large gang-like group that can be threatening. Their presence at parties like this one in South Central can ignite trouble.
Let's act like human beings and let's continue this party.
Huerfanitos insist they don't look for trouble, but refuse to run from it.
We keep it cool with everybody, you know. But once they, mess with us, all right, we don't want to. As you know, we ain't gonna let nobody push us down, right?
And to increase their power and protection on the streets, huerfanitos have linked up with two other groups. A club from LA called Asesinos, or Assassins. And a posse from South Central named Pobres, or Poor Ones. They have all united, together calling themselves a clique named the Pimps.
Pimps, huerfanitos.
19-year-old Lonely, once a hardcore gang member, shot 3 different times and stabbed twice, says cliques like the Pimps are a step toward a saner, safer life on the streets.
Getting along with people that you never got along with, you know, from different neighborhoods, that's a really big step to take, you know, because you're not gonna, if you saw him, I'm talking to my homie right here, yeah, I mean, he was from a different neighborhood, I was from a different neighborhood, and right now we're partying together, you know.
But for the Pimps and other cliques, the push into partying and peace is not as easy as it might seem. The trappings of gang life keep pulling them back.
I mean, the whole idea of making a club up was to get away from violence, you know. But some people just cannot, you know, they're so used to being, you know, in violence. They're just so used to it, they can't get away from it, you know. So just go back from where they started, you know.
The lure of booze, dope, and sex can quickly lead to baseball bats, beatings, and bedlam. It is a push-pull existence that can haunt clubs and posses that are trying to make a change, often proving it is far easier to say you are not a gang than it is in reality not to be one. We'll have more on that tomorrow.